Hey, how's it going, everyone? It's Ash Coyote. Yeah, I'm here. It's me, IRL again. I am super excited today because I am going up to Denver to get my very first tattoo. This is going to be one hell of an experience. I met this artist on Twitter just a few weeks ago, and they do amazing work. They are local to Colorado, obviously, and they are a tattoo artist who happens to be furry. So this is going to be a very unique experience. I am just thrilled to finally get this done. Oh, Diego, can you come over here and give me a pause? Diego says hi. You knocked all the pillows over. Yeah, go boy. Yeah, so I'm going to be going up to Denver. This tattoo was designed specifically for me. It's been something that I've been wanting to get for ages. When I say for ages, I've been planning this tattoo for years now. It's been something that I've really wanted, but I haven't just found the right artist for it, and mostly because it's hard to find an artist that does really good animals. So obviously it's going to be a furry tattoo. Ash Coyote goes full furry trash and gets a furry tattoo. Yeah, you guys are gonna get to see this. So yeah, I'm just gonna be heading up here. I will kind of see you guys in a second and start showing you the process, and hopefully this thing will look sick. I am so excited. I will catch you on the flip side. Our journey begins with me going up to Denver, Colorado, one of my favorite cities in the whole wide world, to go check out Fortune Cookie Tattoo. They're amazing. They're off 14th Street in Denver. Totally amazing place, which, by the way, my artist, her name is Foxanne. You can find her at Fox and Star on Twitter, or any of her other social medias listed here on the screen. Please go check her out, give her a follow, tell her that Ash Coyote sent you and that you love her work, because she did an amazing job on this piece, and she's going to be continuing to work with me on kind of the building up of this piece for its final form. I'm just so psyched to show you guys that, but for now, we're going to get right into the process. All tattoos begin with concept art, and the concept art was done for me by Foxanne outside of the shop. So she essentially drew this up based on the idea that I had and the measurements that I gave her, and this was kind of the layout that I got. It's a fox, it has some cool floral stuff, and it's pretty much all lines. Now, the hard part to visualize whenever it comes to tattoos is that those lines, in some cases, and in my case, will eventually turn to colors. And that's kind of what we're going to talk a little bit about as we kind of progress through this video. So now you can see that part of it has been adhered to my skin with the stencil, and you can see some of the inks that will be used there off to one side. There's a very limited palette when you work with tattoos. Browns, oranges, and yellows. I mean, that makes it up, but it turns it red just like a fox. It's actually really cool to see how just a few colors equates to being, like such a colorful critter in the end. So now we get on to the line work. The line work is one of the faster parts of getting a tattoo. It's also very detail oriented. This is where you're laying out basically the outline of the whole thing. So she's going over my skin right now and getting the black lines drawn out, so there's a nice strong bold outline on my tattoo, and it's a very defined shape. There's a lot of different levels of detail. She uses different tips to achieve these different line weights and strengths. Some of them are incredibly fine, like the claws on the fox's paws, and some of them are more broad, like the actual outline of the character itself. It's kind of a messy process, and it takes some time. When I was getting lined, I would say of the total time that I sat in the chair, the line artwork actually took me a roughly, I want to say about an hour total to get it lined out for this. The rest of the time was spent in coloring and shading the tattoo. And let me tell you, that was an intense process, because where line work you're dealing with smaller, finer pointed needles, shading you're dealing with big needles. So you can see some of the detail work in here that went into it. Just all these fine little bits and all these fine little lines that make up the tattoo, they're important to get right, and they're important to look right. And they sell the tattoo at the end of the day. That's how you can tell if that thing on your arm is a fox or a wolf or a coyote or, I don't know, maybe it's supposed to be Captain America. Who knows? That's kind of the thing, you have to have an artist that's good at it. And that's where, shopping around and finding the right shop to go to is so freaking important. I cannot stress this enough, guys. If you're looking to get a tattoo, do your research. You get what you pay for. Don't go cheap. Find the artist that can deliver what you want and go for it. The line work is finished, and oh my god, I love it so much. This was kind of like really the first point for me in the shop where I was like, hey, I can see my tattoo. This is what it's actually going to look like, and holy wow, geez guys, it is amazing. Like, I gotta like try it out in the mirror, and I was looking at it and I'm just like, this is gonna be insane. I was already getting compliments on it from a few folks in the shop that were like, whoa, that's gonna be sick, and you know, like that kind of thing, and I'm so jazzed about it at this point. But this is just 1 hour in. So now we're starting on the shading. So the shading is kind of how you make the character 3D. Just like in other mediums, it's an additive art form. Tattoos, you just kind of layer upon layer upon layer to build up these different shapes, shadows, and light values. So you build up this contrast to add dimension, and that gives the image a three-dimensional quality, which is what she's working on right here. She's starting to color in some of the fox with that kind of bright orange. Now, if you look at the finished tattoo, it's actually more red than orange, and that's because she does a really good job in blending her inks together to achieve the appropriate color. You have to be skilled at blending those to achieve a color that you want to make it look right. You can see there the head's actually coming through really nicely right now, and it's really looking good, and oh my god, it was so fun getting this done. So you can see here kind of a reveal of the progress so far. It's quite amazing, the detail that she already gotten into it at this point. It's definitely coming together. It's definitely looking at a fox. And you can see just on the back end of that tail, the kind of shading that she chose to do on the tail. Now this by far was the most painful part of the tattoo. Anything near your armpit hurts, anything on the inside of your arm hurts. This was the most pain I felt from the whole process. Everything else was highly tolerable, but this area I actually had to set my camera down. We're gonna kind of go back to me when I got home from the tattoo and talk a little bit. Then I'm gonna share with you all some of what this tattoo means to me. Hey guys, I am back at home finally. It was a long day. I was 5 hours in the chair. It was a lot of work to get done, and I am just so freaking excited to show you guys this when it heals. Right now it's a little sore and it's a little grungy looking, so I'm just gonna share some of the photos that she got at the shop when it was all kind of clean and wiped down, and then I'll share some updates as soon as it starts to heal. Well, it's been 24 hours since I got my tattoo. I'm still pretty sore. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty sore. It got me thinking a little bit, you know, like about some of the things that you should really consider when you're looking at getting a piece of ink like this. So this is my first ever tattoo, and I just went all out and I went for a 5-hour tattoo, and it's actually not even finished yet. It's gonna be a sleeve. I'm really excited for that. It's been something I've wanted for a very long time, but definitely something to think about when you're kind of going into this whole, you know, like adventure that is getting a tattoo, is really kind of understand your body's energy and pain tolerance. I know this probably sounds pretty obvious to anybody out there that maybe has already gotten one of these, or folks that might be thinking about it. They probably thought about this too, but for some reason I didn't. But it takes a lot of energy out of you. It really does. I mean, like today I've been super tired and exhausted and just, oh man, I've been dragging a little bit, but I feel really good though too. There's something, it's almost therapeutic about the pain. I don't know how to describe it. It was a very enlightening experience. It was a very cleansing experience. It helped me center myself in a way that I haven't really experienced before in the past, and it was very zen. It was a wonderful experience. I cannot say that enough. If you can tolerate the pain and you can go through it, the experience itself was mind-blowing. It was beautiful. It was fun. And I thought, you know, like something that I didn't really explain yesterday, seeing as I've already revealed the tattoo to you guys, let me explain some of the meaning behind this tattoo. So it's an Ouroboros, which is traditionally a snake eating its own tail. It's like an ancient alchemic symbol of kind of infinity and like the circle of life, death, rebirth. I've always liked its concept, but I wanted to incorporate it into something that was highly personal for me. So I chose a fox, and specifically, I chose my husband. And I kind of took that a step further, and I had it put around my arm, around my left arm, which is traditionally, you know, like your left hand is where you put your wedding ring. And so I kind of wrapped him around my arm as a symbol of infinite love for my husband, because he he changed my life. He really did. I mean, without him, I probably wouldn't be here talking to you guys. I would be somewhere else altogether in my life. And I don't know, Chip has always been an incredible, special, inspiring person in my life. And so I wanted a way to honor that with him and with me. And that's kind of ultimately why I got this piece, was a way of kind of representing how far I've come in my life and the things that I care about the most in my life and what's important to me. Anyways, if any of you guys are out there thinking about trying to get a piece like this or doing anything like that, I highly recommend go checking out Foxanne. She's amazing. She's local to the Denver area, so anybody in Colorado who's looking for a tattoo, I can highly recommend her. I'm going to continue seeing her for some more work, and I would suggest, you know, like talk to her, hit her up. You know, like, she's an amazing person. I'll drop all her social media and stuff down in the description below. You guys can go check her out and give her a follow, and hey, maybe you commission a piece. Tell her that Ash Coyote says hi, and send her lots of love. Anyways, I hope you guys have a fabulous day. Goodbye.